Mr. Valadao, this question is for you, sir. Donald Trump says if elected, he will carry out mass deportations of undocumented immigrants. 50% of California farm workers are undocumented, a workforce the Central Valley relies on. You have advocated, sir, for immigration reform, including what you describe as earned citizenship. What is earned citizenship? And specifically, how do you plan to take on President Trump if you are both reelected? Sir, you have 60 seconds.
I appreciate the answer. And yes, I've always been an advocate for immigration, especially immigration reform, because we have a process that's been broken for a long period of time. Now, to address the specifics on the mass deportation issue, just last week, I sent a letter over to one of my colleagues from Texas, Tony Gonzalez, and ICE admitted that there's over 400,000 convicted criminals that have snuck across our border in this country. We've got about 15,000 of them that are convicted murderers, and about 13,000 are convicted rapists. So when we talk about the idea of sending people back across the border, I'd say those are the first we start with. But we have to have a longer conversation about securing the border. The House passed H.R. 2, sent it to the Senate, and Schumer sat on it. And then we've also passed bills like the Dignity Act to help people with path to citizenship. And we've also passed farm worker modernization that helps with some of the farm worker programs. I mean, we have to address it on all aspects and cover it from all different fronts. You can't just sit and complain about one perspective. But sadly, this administration has really dropped the ball and changed the way the border looked, and it's put a lot of political pressure on a small part of the overall problem.
Mr. Valadao, a follow-up for you, sir. Have you ever employed undocumented immigrants on your family's dairies in Kings County? And if you have, what is your message for them tonight? You have 30 seconds.
No, we have to, especially being in the political life, we have to be careful. Obviously, we know in the agriculture community, there's a lot of folks who are undocumented, but every time we hire people, we have to make sure they're legal, especially with the high profile of my situation.
Mr. Valadao, thank you, sir. Alex?
Mr. Salas, this next question is for you. On your campaign website, you list your priorities as drug prices, the economy, clean water, public safety, seniors, and women's health. Nowhere does it mention immigration. Why is that, and how would you prioritize immigration? You have 60 seconds.
Thank you for that, and thank you for looking at the website. Those are the issues that, as we're going door to door and talking to voters, those are the issues people are bringing up. Immigration is also one of them, but healthcare costs, women's right to choose is also another thing that constantly gets brought up. But no, immigration is a thing. We need a pathway to citizenship. I could tell you right now, when I was out knocking on doors and talking to voters, people are scared. People are scared about the rhetoric that they hear from the other side, about mass deportation plans, about tearing families apart again. You know, a lot of folks that I talk to are very scared about that. We need to make sure that we have a correct pathway for citizenship for people that have been following the rules, that live here and pay taxes, and that are a part of our society.
A follow-up for you, Mr. Salas. We asked voters in the 22nd district if they thought increasing deportations would make the immigration issue better or worse. In that poll, 41% of people say deportations would make the immigration situation better. Are they wrong? You have 30 seconds.
I can just tell you what I've been hearing from people on the phones and at the doors, and at any community event that I'm at, that people are talking to me about immigration. They come up to me and they're scared. They're scared about the rhetoric that's coming from the other side. They're scared for their parents. They're scared for their grandparents. They're scared for themselves when the Trump administration was talking about taking away people's citizenship, even if they're born here. Those are things that are scaring a lot of people out in the community. It's something that we need to move away from and make sure that people are safe.